You're on mute, Corey.
I actually pressed that, mate, right? I actually pressed the unmute and it muted itself again. Well, that's a great start. Well, I've been away for a couple of weeks, as everybody will probably notice, so welcome back. Long awaited return to the stands of Ibrox. Before I go any further, I'm going to introduce my guest. As always, the fantastic Scotty. How you doing, mate?
Not bad at all, mate. Not bad at all. Cheers for having me on again.
And they bother me. Thanks for coming in at last notice.
Don't worry about it.
I was actually thought it was going to be doing a solo tonight. Obviously, we're here to talk about yesterday's result. Obviously, what happened. My little hiatus not been on. So first of all, I want to apologise to everybody about not being on and being able to put up any content. I did leave a message on into the community letting everybody know that I hadn't been feeling very good. Now, apparently, I had a virus and it knocked the absolute crap out me for 2 weeks. So that's why I've not been on chat very much on other pods. People probably noticed that. But I did manage, the last few days, I've managed to get on a few of the pods, the Rangers Rabble, Rangers Review, Club at 22, all the guys and all that. I've managed to make it on their chat. I went to the Club at 22 night out with our Shona. Had an absolutely fantastic night. Met Scotty, Ryan, Ali, and one of the other guys, and I forgot his name. That's shocking. Why I'm like, you can't even remember my name. But one of the newer guys that come in, and obviously Stevie before lads. It was an absolutely fantastic night. Met up with a couple of the people that come into our chat. The two moderators, Cammy and Aldo, were there. Big Brian and James. What a night we had! That we went actually went in early. We met at a couple of the snooker hall in Glasgow. Met up there. Went into I'm trying to think of the pub now. Name a couple of Rangers pubs. I can't. My heat's up my arse, mate. Uh,
The Loudon.
right, Loudon. Aye, we met in the Loudon. It was a brilliant day, absolutely brilliant day. And with me, I don't drink in that, so I was surprised I actually managed to get home actually half compass mentis. By the time I got in the house, I come in here, took the dog out, and I was lying to get to my bed, and I started to get my hangover even before I went to my bed. So that's how bad it was. Oswald's, thanks, mate. I'm glad you said that. It was Oswald's. I was actually quite surprised. I didn't realise that place was as small, but it was a great. The staff there were brand new and all that. So we had a couple of good drinks in there. We met a young boy who was celebrating his birthday and all with his missus and that. Had a good wee chat with him. But all the people that come up and spoke to me that recognised me, I was a bit taken aback, mate. You know, people recognise you in that you don't
Aye.
know, and they were really, really nice to me and gave me some really nice compliments. So I was well chuffed at that.
Good.
Body head was about that size when I left. So away from that, let's get on to what we want to talk about is our favourite club, Rangers. Right, I went away, mate, with a transfer window. We brought in three. We'd already seen Silva, who came in. For me, he looked all right. On paper, he looked fantastic. It's a loan with no option to buy, which is a pity. But seeing the prices that he stated at, I'm not surprised that we can't afford them. For me, I've been impressed with his play. I don't think he's an out and out number 9. Obviously, I think Big Phil is trying to put him into that position and use him as a number 9, as we seen yesterday. We brought in Cortez. We seen a wee bit of him yesterday. He actually, I was quite impressed with his performance yesterday, although he never had very much time for his first game. And Diamonde has come in as well, who he wasn't picked, but obviously he's not been getting much time. He's not played for November, I think it is. Is that right, Scotty?
Run about then, aye. Run
Aye.
about then, Corey.
So obviously he'll need to get up to fitness, and both of them are loans with a buy option. So that's looking good. Now, I'm not going to lie, and I'm not going to shirk away from what I originally said. With the transfer window, mate, I was a bit disappointed because I was probably saying the exact same thing as 99.9% of the fan base is we needed a striker.
Aye.
we needed an out-and-out striker. Obviously, the usual Shankland was mentioned. I think as time went on, I think the last couple of days it was looking less and less that Shankland was going to be brought in because if, especially after he turned down Heartsease first contract offer. If anything was going to happen, it would have been then that it was going. But obviously, it didn't. So that gave me it really did give me the fear because I was thinking, although Dessers has improved, I still know on the boat that he is going to carry us. But now we've got no option now. It's him we need to rely on with obviously Silva as well now, as Phil's using him as the number 9. We got a cup result, the 4-0. Weather was atrocious. I'm not going to. It wasn't a good watch.
Nah.
Job was done. We got a couple of results. One was the weather was really bad as well, but we got the 3 points. That was the main thing. Now, yesterday's game, Hearts. Sorry, we played Hearts. Absolutely best, probably one of the best performances wise I've seen for Rangers. The most complete performance for me.
Mm-hmm.
They did really well. I thought they played really, really professionally. No complaints at all. Fast forwarding, we go into yesterday's game. Now, before the game, we had an absolutely wonderful result coming in. That mob had dropped points. Now, we all know, we've heard this before, we've seen this movie. They drop points. We go into a game afterwards, and we're ready for the disappointment. Is that fair to say, or should I have been confident enough, even although I know are way off it before the game, but we've got a record of balls not up before. What were you thinking pre-game, mate? And especially, I'll add this as well. You can answer this, especially when I seen the starting 11. Were you starting to get a wee bit worried, or was I just panicking too much, mate?
No, I can't say I was starting to get worried because under previous managers I would have been worried. Under Bill or Gio or one of the two, I would have been a bit more worried than what I was yesterday. Yesterday, I thought how I felt pre-match, I felt quite confident going into the game. I felt as if it highlighted how important it was, Celtic dropping points, because we could close the gap to 3 points with a game in hand. But overall, I've got to say I felt quite content. Maybe first 10, 20 minutes, I didn't see his cut open Livy as much as I would have liked. But again, set pieces really, really surprised me yesterday, Curry, because it's a set piece, it's an in-swinging corner. Tavernier, where's that set piece been? I mean, Tavernier stuck it right in top of that keeper yesterday. It's as if he was trying to score, almost, isn't it? He stuck it right in top of that boy, and ultimately it's a fumble. Silva gets a shot that's heading on target and it gets deflected into the net. In terms of a striking situation, I think after seeing Silva a wee bit more yesterday, I feel a wee bit more content. I'm not overly happy that we never signed in a striker. Now, whether that was Shankland or anybody else that was rumoured to be coming in, then it's not happened. So the cards have been dealt. We just need to go on with it now. My worry is a suspension to Silva, an injury to Dessers. Who are we going to see through the middle? Seamus out injured. Daniel's not coming back anytime soon. Roof's done his disappearing act as usual. So is it going to be? I mean, you're looking at Elisa Arabi Matondo through the middle in Curry. Is that how bad it's going to need to get before it gets better?
Well, see, that was my worry, mate. With the transfer is that if Dessers gets injured, he picks up a suspension, it's going to leave us a wee bit short. The Silva's come in, and as I said, I think what Phil's doing, he's trying to use him as that number 9, as we seen yesterday. I was impressed with his movement, but I don't think he's getting into the box as much as he should do as a number 9. I don't think he's got that natural ability as a number 9 yet. But after the game, I think you heard Phil saying that he's still got a lot to learn. He's still going to use him in that position. so I'm a wee bit easier. And I think what Linda said in the chat that it's there. Under another manager, we would have, but under Timmy Phil Clement, we don't. And I think that's probably the big thing. It's Phil that's got our hopes up more than what we've got on the field, because we've shown that near enough every player he's improved since we came in. There was at one point we were 11 points behind them. After that result, we're 3 points behind. We've got a game in hand, and there's only a 2-goal difference. Now, if that doesn't give us confidence, no, I don't want to go too far, because I don't want it to come back and kick me in the arse, because it's happened many times before. Yesterday was brilliant because the social media, that mob were having an absolute meltdown. I spent about 2 or 3 hours last night on social media reading all their comments, and it was brilliant. The panic is well installed in them, and they know that they're in for a fight this time. Now, if we went back 4 months now, before Phil came in, they were confident. They knew they were going to win this league. And to be perfectly honest with you, I think we were saying if with Bill being here, we thought it was away as well. The turnaround we've had is absolutely amazing. Hi there, Cammy, how you doing, mate? I hope you're doing well, but it's yesterday's game. The first goal, right? There was a wee shout for a VAR check. Now, as per, you watched BBC Sports Scene last night, and you've got the likes of McCann having turned around saying it should have been a foul, and it should have went to VAR. Now, obviously, this guy needs to watch the first. But I was about to say that what this guy needs to do is start to actually watch the full games and not just watch BBC highlights that never showed it went to VAR. Because I was pretty pissed at that. I'm like, wait a minute, you're supposed to be a Rangers man. He's actually doing a do in a couple of days' time, I think. And he's watching BBC coverage, but not watching the actual game, so he doesn't know exactly what happened. It did go to VAR, and obviously VAR, I don't know, for the angle that it showed, it did look like there was contact, but I've heard from a few folk that's seen another couple of angles and that were at the game, he didn't actually even get near the guy. So,
no.
but Silva's goal, brilliant first goal. We waited 40 minutes, and after 40 minutes, I was like, well, this is going to be one of these games. Rabbi Matondo, in the first half, I thought he was trying, but I thought he was making a lot of mistakes, mate. What about yourself?
I know.
Just the first half, we won't go into very later on, but the beginning through the game, I didn't think he was being very effective. And for what I seen, I thought I seen him and Borna Barisic having a few arguments, because there were a few times that Borna was running by him, and Rabbi was just ignoring them and coming inside every time. I think the two of them I don't think they were linking up well. What about yourself?
No, I'd probably need to agree with you, to be honest with you, Corey. I think Matondo was a bit stop-start in the beginning of the match. He was trying, he was getting on the ball. Clement tactically looked as if he was trying to get Matondo kind of one-on-one any time they were doubling up on them. You seen the ball kind of getting switched over to the other side, and then Rangers were switching the play back over again to Matondo, so he was one-on-one with the right back. I think it was Penrice for Livingstone. Then he started to get some joy out of what he was trying to do. But see, to be honest with you, see, as long as he's in the game, I'm quite happy. If he's trying stuff and he's making mistakes, then that's fine. But at least he's not trying to hide, which we've seen off him kind of last season whenever he was playing. He seems to be playing with a wee bit more confidence under Clement. His early season form was really, really impressive as well. I mean, I was watching highlights of him away to PSV. It come up earlier on Twitter or X, and mind that chance he created where he skinned about 3 players and then cracked the bar. We know what the boy's got in his locker. It's just a case of unlocking it, one, on a more consistent basis, and two, giving him the confidence to go and play his game. Thought he took his goal really well towards the end of the first half. Kind of made me feel a wee bit better with Seaman all being there.
Aye, well, as I said, the one thing with Rabbi, I've noticed, and I think you hit it nail on the head there, mate. Is last season he would go totally missing. He would try it. He would do a Kent. He would try it a few times. Then, well, with Kent's last season especially, he would try it a couple of times. He'd try that run, then he'd just give up. But for what I've seen this season, he keeps on trying. He keeps on trying. He'll keep on doing the same thing, and eventually he did. He got a slight bit of deflection, but I think even if that deflection, I think it was still going to the back of the net. So at 2-0, I think that put our minds at ease. Now it was a case of right, let's go out there and get another couple and close the goal difference even more. Overall, I thought even though we only get the one more goal, I thought the team did really, really well. This is going to be a surprise for a few folk. Taverniers off the ball stuff I didn't think was good, but dead balls, they corners were absolutely deadly, and we've been crying out for years to get these in swingers in, and for some reason they've actually started happening. The bother it causes, and I think he put in 4 or 5 right into the middle, right into where the goalie was, and you see they nearly scored for one of them. Why was that not implemented earlier? Why was that never seen?
I think it's just been a case of come on, getting time on the training pitch with them to get different bits and bobs sorted, wee tweaks to it. I don't know if you noticed, kind of halfway through the second half yesterday, the team played the best football I've seen under come on. It was short, sharp passing. They were rotating with each other. They were switching the play. They were getting in behind. Livingston really, really couldn't deal with them. We really should have scored a couple more than what we had. Just because our play deserved it. To be honest, I think. No, what the other thing I noticed yesterday, Curry, was the ball boys. How quickly the boys were getting fired back into play. It was really, really quick, really effective. It was trying to get behind that low block. I saw basic stuff we've been wanting to see for years now. I mean, you weren't even seeing stuff like that under Gerrard. Under Gerrard, the style of play was like slow, moving the play, moving the teams across, tiring them out, etc. Before you actually went in for a kill, almost if we're passing the ball into, try to pass the ball into back of net. Whereas under come on yesterday, amount of times I seen Tavernier playing a diagonal onto Matondo, and Matondo's on his own way a right back, and then he can have a good run at him. It's just so simple and effective. It's not real. I noticed something last weekend away to St Mirren was when they put a big boy James Scott on, and they put him right on Ridvan. See, as soon as come on, seen that diagonal getting played off for St Mirren, he just took Ridvan off and put Bourne on, nullified the threat. It's just basic management, but it's effective management and it's good management. I think we finally got somebody in charge now that we can feel confident. He's got his team of players playing to their potential. I never ever believed that a squad of players were capable of doing what we're doing just now. They've obviously took a big amount of confidence for a League Cup win. So I'm all for it.
What I've noticed, mate, I don't know if I'm seeing something that's no there or just hoping. But what I've seen for the last few games, I think they're starting to mix it up a lot more. I don't think we're playing the one style all the time throughout a game. Throughout the game, I can see 3 or 4 different transitions on the way that we're trying to attack teams, especially teams with low block. We see yesterday, it's pretty damning on the SPFL, really, that a team has 0 shots at goal. None at all. Shock. And it happened against that mob in Aberdeen in the first half, where they never had one. They never even had a touch in their box. That's how bad it is. They came here not to play. They never came here to play football as such, as we call it. It was just basically all they wanted to do was waste time, frustrate, and have the 10 men behind the ball the whole match. And I've always, people will know in here that have known me for a while, even before they came onto the this channel, that I always liked Martindale. I just what the guy's been through and how he's progressed in football. I'm just so impressed with the guy, and I wish him all the best. but I think he's done as much as he can at Livingston, and I think that performance and the players that he's got showed how really bad they are. There's a reason they're sitting at the bottom of the table, and yesterday's performance pretty much epitomised where Livingston are just now. The last goal, the one for Todd Cantwell. There's been a lot of talk about him over the last few weeks regarding, in fact, probably the whole season, that he's not been performing to what we know he's capable of or what we think he's capable of. Now, it's him that starts the goal, puts it to Wee Ross. Wee Ross fires a low ball in, straight to the feet, one touch. I actually missed him actually hitting it. I didn't even see it. It was that quick with his feet, and it's 3-0. Is Cantwell becoming a scapegoat because he's not playing to the standards that we thought he was last year? I mean, say a lot of people are saying it's because the rest of the players were shite, and it's only because he was half decent. But is that now 4-4 he's got?
4-6, aye.
4
goals
sorry,
in
4-6. Thanks for the correction, mate. That's 4 goals and 6. I thought he was man of the match yesterday, so that's my spoiler out the way. I thought he was the man of the match yesterday. I thought he was all over the pitch. Now, one of the things, it's not just his goal that I was impressed with yesterday, and the reason he got man of the match, he stayed out of bother. He wasn't getting involved in stuff. He wasn't trying to get wee niggly tackles in. He wasn't getting frustrated. He just basically got on with his job. What do you think, mate?
Aye, definitely. But I think if you take, that side of Cantwell's game, you lose a bit of the player. To be honest with you, we've seen it in a game away to Hibs, where we were when he was chasing the ball down, he had that groin strain, then the 2 Hibs players sandwiched him, and then he just got up and he banged one into the back of the net. He needs to be fired up to be playing properly, I think. He's finally starting to contribute under Clement, which is good. I think Kevin Lawrence fit is going to benefit the number 10 position, because I don't know what one of them's a better player, to be honest with you. I mean, Cantwell's been a bit off form. He's a bit kind of touch and go, and Lawrence is a bit touch and go when it comes to injuries, but he's got an undoubted quality. Lawrence, he's brilliant. But Cantwell and Silva seem to have a bit of a good relationship on the park. They seem to link up a wee bit.
Well, that was the next guy I was actually going to go to, mate. Oh, you go, bud. No, continue, mate.
They seem to have a good bit of an understanding on the park, which is decent, because when Silva's dropping deep, it's letting Cantwell get in behind. I thought for a goal, he plays it out wide to Wee Ross. Wee Ross doesn't waste any time. He just plays it right back into the box, and Cantwell takes his finish really, really well. So, aye, it's all positive.
Fix my computer, mate. Sorry, it's just it decided it didn't want to work for me. It's a bit like my bloody body, to be perfectly honest with you. Right. When I first heard the Cortez, I knew absolutely nothing about him, mate. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. He had a good write-up, but we've seen this all before, and we all know that when players come in, it's when as soon as they put the jersey on, that's when we need to start deciding what we think about them. I was really, really impressed with his movement on that left wing. I don't think that any Livingston player, and I know it's the Livingston, but he showed that he was strong enough in the ball. He was no pushed off the ball. His passing, I thought, was pretty immaculate. And his movement and running with the ball, I think he could be a proper player for us this season, and maybe going forward as well. Now, have you any idea how much is this? Has there been any word at all on how much this guy is going to cost us if
It's kind of
We
been rumoured
decide.
3.5, 4 million. That's what I've
Right.
seen on Twitter. So I don't know. I
Right.
don't know.
So there's not nothing concrete on that then. No. So are you happy with the result? Are you happy where we are just now?
Aye, definitely. See, in terms of Cortez, what I like about him is he's not your typical wee pacey winger. We've got that in McCausland and Matondo. Seamer's got an element of pace as well, but he's a more kind of all-rounder, I would say, in terms of playing in the wing. Cortez seems to have a nice touch. He can skip by players. He's got a good bit of physicality, which will suit him for a league. So that's all positive. Happy with the result. We got the job done, Curry, and it's on to Tuesday now. Is it Tuesday we play or Wednesday? It's Tuesday, isn't it?
Aye, it's the day before them. Aye, Tuesday, mate. Now, James is there says he thought McCausland was terrific as well. I thought the first half, the first 30 minutes, I thought wee Ross, he was trying a lot, but I thought he was. Oh, this is going to sound really, really bad, and I don't want it to sound bad, but I don't mean it to be derogative in any way. I don't think he was making the right choices, but he kept on going. And in the second half, I thought he was really, really good in the second half. I think it maybe been because of the low block that he had maybe trouble with, because he wasn't seeming to manage to get away from players, because it was every time we got the ball, it was just like. But within the penalty box, I mean, that's where the Livingston were just camping in and made it harder for everybody, really. But as a performance overall, was it brilliant?
Aye.
No.
Aye, I would say so.
Aye.
It's not as well as we can play, but I would say
Aye.
it's as well as we've played under Clement. You can see
That's
his ideas are starting to come together.
that's probably where I was trying to go there. You're probably right there, mate. Because of the way they were playing, I think that's what happened, is that we couldn't play to our best even.
Aye.
So I think it was because the way they were playing. The next game we've got up is against Aberdeen. I watched that game, and in the first half they were absolutely disgustingly bad. They were so bad. Came out in the second half, and it was like watching the Aberdeen that usually play against us, and I was like, "Oh wait a minute, they're actually giving it a go."
Aye.
Miovski scored an absolute belter of a goal, and they could have actually went ahead with Shinnie. So it was actually, I think it was Aberdeen that actually lost points yesterday, and it wasn't them. When they come to us, it's obviously it's going to be the second half Aberdeen we get. How do you think Phil will play this? What type of side do you think he'll put up against them?
I don't know. I think it's going to be a pretty tight game, to be honest with you, Curry. I think it's going to be, I don't know, need to be a big physical side, I would say. He'll probably go with Dessers up front and take Silva out, but then Silva might be the key to unlock it. You might put Silva out on the left-hand side. You don't know. You can't tell with Big Phil's teams because he's rotating constantly. So he is. Listen, mate, I need to head off, right?
Right, no bother, mate.
So
well,
I'll
as I
leave you
said,
there.
I actually meant to say something. Right, thanks very much for coming on, Scotty. I'm only
No,
going
no
on
bother at all.
for another 5 minutes.
Thanks everybody in the comments, and I'll catch you next time. All right, cheers.
Right, no bother, mate. Take it easy.
Right,
Bye-bye.
bye-bye.
And you're all stuck with me. Sorry. So keep the questions coming in, right? Anything you want to ask. As I said, I only say, but I think obviously all you guys will have your own thoughts on how the game will go. But as I said before about the Aberdeen that will play against us, we know that it's going to be the second half of Aberdeen. They're going to come against us. Hopefully, we can put on a good show. It's at Ibrox. So, there's Owen saying, Dessers, oh God, no. Well, mate, we can't deny he started to score. Now, saying that, he had a golden chance, a sitter maybe, you could say. We had a guy coming in, he tried to raise the ball above him, and it was a 6-pointer, really. So, it was an easy chance. Does he score easy chances? No. So, but he's been putting in, he's been scoring, and that's all we can ask the guy today. But right now, the way I feel, we've got no choice. We need to stick behind every player, and it doesn't matter who it is. Even me with Tav, I need to stick with Tav. I don't. I've never ever really liked him. That's a personal thing. I've always said that, but I'm still going to back him for the rest of this season. I said after I seen the transfer, I says I think we've just blown the league. But the thing that's gave me confidence is seeing the bloody state that they're in, because they seem to think that they're better than us, and I don't think they are. I think they're panicking off field, on field, with their manager and with their board, and there all seem to be a disconnection, and it's showing. A lot of their players are missing. The big players, they're starting to have the problems that we did have. Now, we were 11 points behind. We really did think that it was the end for us. It's no went that way, and we're really, really bringing it up. And this is what Jim saying. Leave them to it. Just keep our confidence high, and that's what Phil said. He's no born about their score, how their results are. What we need to do is concentrate on our team. And if it means getting behind the team, and I know a lot of people out there, there's certain players that they don't like and they can't stand them and they think they're shite and they're no good enough for Rangers. Right now, for the rest of the season, this is the players we've got, and these are the players we need to trust. And if we've got people in the stands or people on social media slagging them off, giving them Tim Pelters, all it is giving ammunition for every other team against us. I want more of what happened yesterday. I want the bragging rights. I want to have the banter, winding them up. This is what we need, and I hope that's what every other Ranger supporter really wants to see. John, it's just I've been saying it. The guy can't just score a normal goal. There always has to be something in a goal that's no right. That goal we scored the other the other day there, that we slot in, sent three to them with the shops. That was I was like, what the hell? That was nuts. It's just because it was. I think Rangers put it up as one of the goals of the month, and for me, I think it was. I thought it was absolutely brilliant. Let me see if I can get any questions for you guys before I wrap it up. I don't want to keep it too long, obviously, because I'm just sat here myself like an umpty. But Linda's saying Ross is learning. He is saying, I think he's been a shining light for us in that right hand side. For a young laddie, although we've got other folk, he just, I think it's because his stature really, he still looks like a young boy. Like unlike the people like Timmy, Johnny, Yafeko. I mean, see, the guy's built bigger than me. He looks like an absolute beastie, boy, and he looks a lot older than he really is. I've got, I'm hoping that the players that we've got, we can do it, and the belief that we've got in Phil is being installed in the players, and I think they're buying into that. And for everything we've heard from players when they're on, and I know it's easy to just say, they're only saying it because they're at the team, but they're all saying the exact same thing. Is I think it was maybe Linda that said earlier on, we were talking about when Big Leon got injured, he came off and he's talking to me and that and let them know that everything's got to be fine and we'll get this sorted out. And I'm just hoping that's going to stay with us for the rest of the season. Cammy's saying, right, if they say hi to Aldo, Aldo, hi there, buddy. Hope you're all well. It was brilliant meeting you again when we were night out. But I had an absolutely fantastic night, and it was a lot today with you guys as well. I had a brilliant night. Thank you so much. Um, Paul saying the board just took 20 million for their pockets. What was that for? Is that we talk about that mob? I take it. I don't think it's ours. Good like we've got 20 million in the coffers now. John, you got to Top Man and Rangers TV. There's absolutely no chance that I'll ever be an official content for Rangers TV. My language is too strong, and I've got a potty mouth, and unfortunately, I don't think that's something they appreciate. And I slag too many of the favourite staff out there, so I doubt that'll ever happen, John. But thanks very much for that comment. Oh, those loyals are shafting their club. Well, to be perfectly honest, John, I really don't care. As long as we keep on putting in the performances, mate, then we can just go on with it. That's the main thing. I need to stop doing that because it looks like I've got a pair of bloody boobs. I need to go on a bloody diet. That's what I'm needing to do. Our biggest challenge is ourselves this for the rest of the season, I think. Keeping players fit and no getting any silly red cards or anything like that. And I think we've got enough. What I'll do is I'll close it off for now. I know it's only 35 minutes. I usually will go on for about 40 minutes to an hour. But I just wanted to go over. I wanted to come on to say sorry to everybody for not being available for the last couple of weeks that I've been ill. And I just wanted to come on and say, hiya, I have missed yous. I hope you've not missed me too much. Obviously, you know. But thanks for coming along tonight. Wee score prediction. I'll leave that. I'll give this out. It takes a couple of seconds to come through. Score prediction against Hibs. We'll be talking. Never seen the Hibs game, but St Mirren absolutely battered them 3-0. I think that they're going through a bit of a crisis just now, and I did see a wee clip of their manager, and he was not pleased at all. So, we asking us play, I'm going to go for another 3-0 as well. I think we should have enough, especially at home. I don't think they'll be able to hurt us. We'll need to watch. Well, if we can just concentrate, I keep on saying that word concentrate, I'm sounding like a broken record. If we can concentrate on ourselves and just listen to what the manager's doing and trust in the manager, because when I don't know about you, what did you think when you seen the site at the start 11? I was like, what? Balogun? We're playing Borna? I went, oh no chance. I goes, right, fair enough, right. We gave the Livingston fans a wee voucher for a free pie in Bovril. I says, but playing Borna Barisic in the start 11? I goes, that's just taking it too far. That's just not on. That's no fair. But I thought Borna, was he good? He did his job. As I said earlier on, I don't think him and Matondo played well together that much. As I said, I've seen them actually having a word with each other. I don't think they linked up very, very well. I think maybe Yilmaz would have done a better job there. But Bonner, he wasn't awful. I can't turn around and say what I usually say, that he was absolutely atrocious. I thought but Andrew's saying there, he thought Bonner had a decent game, and I need to agree with him. He had a decent game, and I think all the players had a pretty decent game. I think they all played at least I'd say a 7 for every single player. The one player that probably gets a 10 out of 10 out the whole game, although he never get man of the match, was our brilliant goalie, Super Jack Butland. Apparently, the time that he had, with the amount of shots that he had to save, he read 50 Shades of Green and Grey. So obviously, had a busy 90 minutes. 0 shots at goal. That's shocking. But on that bombshell, thank you so much for coming, everybody. It's so appreciated. Do the usual. If you manage to stay this long, you're doing brilliant. Hit the like button, give a wee share and all that. Let everybody know. And I will have more content up, and I will be doing after match review either on the Tuesday night or the Wednesday night, and we can go through how we played, right? So you take care, everybody. I'm going to love you and leave you. Bye-bye now. Take care.